What if I told you that there's out of scrapped abilities that you might not even know about? Today, I'm gonna go over every single one and tell you everything about them. Starting off with... this used to be Top's first ability alongside Subspace. Later on, Bird Trap got changed to the Tripwire we know today. But it wasn't the same thing. You throw out the Bird Trap. Once it lands and the killer steps on it, they get slowness for 15 whole seconds. Which is kinda crazy OP. Though considering they're not transparent and have way smaller hitbox than Tripwires, it's not so bad. Especially because they could be broken by the killer. This same Bird Trap could be seen in the old Top render, even though by the release he couldn't even place them. This ability still exists to this day, and it belongs to Duscikar. Though it was supposed to look differently. Well, kinda. Some of you might be familiar with this, but originally Duscikar was supposed to not be affected by anything on the ground, which the idea got eventually scrapped. He was supposed to be immune to map hazards like lakes and as well as digital footprints. I only mentioned these two because when this was announced, there was no killers like Nosferatu or Azure. Even though it's very unlikely, this idea might eventually come back, though it would probably only affect map hazards. You might wonder why Noli is here. An entire killer. Well, that's because so many versions of him got scrapped, and that's also why he took so long to release. I'm gonna talk about the version we know the most about. So, he used to be very different to the one we know today. He was much faster than survivors, but he had only 60 max stamina, so pretty much like current Azure's Golem. Though, what made it different was that he was able to go to negatives. When he's in the negatives, his screen would get more black, purple and jittery. When he gets to minus 30 stamina though, he will stun himself. This already sounds quite broken, but we haven't mentioned the abilities yet. He had 3 abilities: Star Driven, Implant and Hallucination. Star Driven was literally today's Void Rush. You would rush and if you hit someone you deal some damage. And if you connect another hit, you stomp them down. Nothing to say here, just a different name. Implant was a setup ability. You would place Nova on the ground and if a survivor comes close to it, it explodes. This trap can also be put inside a survivor, and Noli can detonate it whenever he wants. Today, this ability got changed to just a projectile. Lastly, we have Hallucination. Noli would do an animation same as today's TP that would make all survivors around him hallucinate. Hallucinations worked a bit differently to today. Here's the list of what the status effect did on each tier. Feel free to pause. Even though undocumented, we can still find features that he had. Instead of fake generators, he would have fake items like Bloxicolas and medkits. You can still find them in a private server menu. The fake items are broken by this time since they were not updated, but they used to be consumed and you would just get hallucinations. These characters were supposed to be reworked a bit, and yes, I know 1x got reworked not that long ago, but it's something completely different. Let's start with John Doe. He would work as he does today, but he was supposed to be able to go through his own spikes. At decreased speed though. This change, although never making it into the game, I still hope to see it. It would be very useful. Especially because John is struggling to catch up with the new killers. What about 1x? Alright, get ready to hear this. This will sound really strange. He was supposed to be able to shoot vertically. Yes, you heard me right. It would work just like Corrupt Nature. This change was discussed between devs when 1x was pretty much as fast as survivors, which is strange that it didn't make it through, though on the other hand, it would really look cursed. And that's all for this video. I know that there's more scrapped concepts and abilities to cover, the most interesting one being Sixer's first concept, though I might make a follow-up video if you guys leave enough likes on this video. Bye bye!